Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are playing The Sims 4 and we're going to do something different today. We're actually going to build a family and put it into our bunker that we made in our previous episode. So this family is going to basically, as I just said, live in a bunker. And so they are going to be kind of different. This is actually going to be the oldest daughter. She's a young adult. And for her, she's ready to move out. She wants to start her own family and not in a bunker. And so she is ready, but she is still living under the world in her bunker with her family. And her mother and father are not ready for her to leave, but she is, ready to dive out into the world. It did take me a little bit to figure out the style I wanted for her to be wearing because I kind of wanted it to look homemade, but friendly at the same time and old school at the same time. So this is kind of what we settled on. And yeah, I think she looks really great. And then we just kind of continue through on the rest of it, as you're going to see. So that's about all I'm going to say for her on this one. And so we're going to just listen to some pretty music while I finish her up. And I'll tap back in on the next sim. And here we're going to make her mother. And she is going to be the paranoid one. So she's the one who kind of got the family going on this whole idea, or I should say the husband, in on this idea of like, we need to like build a bunker and we need to live there because it's not safe upstairs in the real world and it's unsanitary. And so she is socially awkward, paranoid, and squeamish. And I wanted her to look like she kind of like is working all the time, like she's constantly building the bunker maybe. But she is a mother, so she is busy with her kids too. So I picked this dress because it kind of looked like it was handmade, and I do change her hair here in a minute because I didn't really care for how that one looked. So anyways, again, that's the idea for her. She's, met her husband, and together they built the bunker and they started a family. So I'm going to go ahead and tap in again at the end of this makeover for her when she's all ready for the next one. Here we're making a parent for her, just so the genetics aren't too different, but we're actually going to age him down. And we're going to make him the father. And we're just making sure the genetics and the relationships are all up and up. And I did want to change his genetics a little bit because I don't want them to all be just like the same, you know, because that's a little awkward. Especially the father and the mother, you know, they shouldn't, I mean, the two of them should not look identical. Otherwise it just looks a little strange. Anyways, I'm just making him over right now, getting him kind of the look I would like for him. And for him, he's going to be kind of my more easygoing kind of guy. He's like, yeah, okay, you want to live in a bunker? That's cool. I still love you, so I'll follow you to the end of the world. You know, that kind of guy. So he's just like, okay, you know, let's raise a family here, and that's fine. And so he's kind of that go with the flow kind of dude. And so, and I feel like his outfit kind of reflects that. And they're kind of old school dressed, different, you know, but not too different and comfortable, but still nice. They kind of have the old school view of like, this time to dress up, you know, for things. And so I set him up with being socially awkward. Oh, never mind. Paranoid, genius, and cheerful. And he is paranoid because she's kind of made him paranoid. You know, she's kind of gotten hit into his mind. She's been a little earworm in there, you know, making sure that he's on the same plane as him. And he's got to be a little paranoid to be wanting to live in a bunker too, you know, and to follow that lead. Anyway, we're almost done with him. We're on his party now. And now for the hot weather, I go really fast with the male Sims. They tend to be more easy for me to do. And then we're winter. And then they are going to have some children. So you're going to see that here in a moment. So here's the genetics. Make sure it's the two of them. And I, you know, generate, and then I kind of go from there. I'm like, oh yeah, this looks good. And so I'm going to go with her, make sure she looks a little different because I don't want them identical, as I said before. And then she is going to be a child. Now this child is living the child life. She's kind of looks a little old school different. You know, maybe her mother's cut her hair, you know, makes her outfits and stuff like that. And so she's, you know, living her best life in the bunker. She does go to school. She's a grade school student. And she does well there, and she's going to have some friends, but she is socially awkward. She's a kid that goes to school with gloves on and a mask, you know, and she's a little odd, but she does her best, and she's still a good girl. I do go fast with these kids, too. And then I realized I dressed her the same for her hot weather and cold weather, or normal every day, so I did change that. I was like, oh, wait. And then we're going to give her a sibling. And I realized I didn't name him, so I had to go through and generate him a name. And then we're going to give another sibling. Now, I did find this funny because I ended up, as you're going to see, I ended up giving them a toddler boy, which is going to be him. And I gave him a twin, which is really funny because in my bunker video, I specifically said, I hope they don't have multiples. Because I didn't set it up for multiples, but you know what? I made them have multiples on purpose. So it's really funny to me. And so I'm going to have to add an extra bed in there for the kiddos. And they do have an infant daughter, which you're going to see here soon. And yeah, we're just chugging along. Look at us go. We're on the brother, and then here's the twin. And I wanted them to both have curly brown hair, but I didn't want them to have like the same curly brown hair. And I figured this one's the wild one, so he's kind of being my little wild child. And remember, if you have watched my bunker video, and if you haven't, you should watch it. The boys' room is just crazy. It's just full of stuff. And so these boys are going to be those boys that live in that room, or, you know, occupy that room, I should say. They don't live in there. They're not trapped in there. And so it kind of makes sense that they kind of have these diverse abilities, or not abilities, but personalities. Now this is going to be the infant girl, I believe. And then we'll go through the family members. Just making sure that when she ages up, yep, there's the infant girl. Because remember, I have a room for 3 girls and 3 boys in my home. And I kind of wanted her hair to be different. I really wanted curly, but then I was like, no. And so I did change it to be kind of that browny blonde color. So it's kind of between the mom and the dads. And we're just flying through. Look at us go. Give her the name Lyric, and she's my wiggly baby. And then make sure everybody's relationships are where they're supposed to be. And we're gonna slow down here and we're gonna go through the family members now. So we got mom, daughter, older daughter, who's the young adult, ready to move out. We got the mom again, the dad, the sister, and then the twin boys, and then the baby infant. And that's our little bunker family. Yeah, and they're real cute. I think they're gonna do really well. I'm interested to see how playing them in the bunker is gonna go. And if you're interested in seeing that, please stick around because I am gonna do a little gameplay through them with their living in there and see how it goes. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this kind of video, please let me know. I'll do more. Comment, subscribe, like, all the good stuff if you have the time or the want. And I hope to see you again in the next one. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day, night, or whatever time it is for you. Bye.